You might be the best electrician in your area, your suburb, the whole of Australia for all I fucking know. But you will not get found or you will not get the work that you want unless you're the best known. The best known gets the work. The best known beats the best electrician every single time. And I'm going to give you this example of when I was just about to buy a coffee machine this week. Now, it's in the financial year. I'm in the hunt for a coffee machine. I've got a current coffee machine, the Sunbeam Torino, and it is a weapon. It has served me for about 10 years. I bought it when I first started my electrical business back in 2016, and it was about $1,500, which at the time was a lot of fucking money. But in hindsight, well worth it. One modification I did with that was buy a separate grinder. Therefore, I had consistency and it's been amazing since. However, it's getting a bit tired, tattered. I haven't serviced it correctly in the last few years. I've given it my version of a service, but it's not good enough. I think it's time for a new machine. What I did was I went to Google, typed in best coffee machines 2026. Up came some coffee machines, and this machine, which I'll pop up on the screen somewhere, appeared almost $2,800. So you're presuming it's going to be a premium machine. Almost 400 reviews. You're presuming this is a top quality. It's a 4.9 rating, if not 5-star machine. It must be good. It must be the duck's nuts. So I thought about it. I said, fuck it. I went and did something. I went about my day, closed down the browser, said, I'll just come back to this. I'm not super urgent now because it's 2 months to the end of financial year. So I left it. I then went about my day and then I flicked onto Instagram, opened up Instagram. Lo and behold, that company is marketing to me now again. They popped up on my Instagram with offers and just bits about that very machine. So I'm like, okay, cool. Top of mind again. I'm thinking about it. I scroll past it. I go to Facebook later that day. That company again is hitting me up on Facebook. Exact same ads as Instagram, but now they're coming up as a Facebook post. What's happened here, and this is the most important part, is they're not the best known company, but because they stayed on top with their marketing and it was extremely strategic how they went about all of this, that they ended up appearing on my Instagram, on my Facebook. They came up top of Google, and all they're doing is playing a very, very strategic quality marketing game. I am a very impatient person. If I want something now, I want it, but I like to think I'm a strategic, impatient person. So what I mean by that is I will do the research. So what I did with this coffee machine was I was like, okay, it's 2,800. It's expensive. Let's do some research to make sure everything checks out. It's worth the money. It's the real deal. What I did was I took to YouTube, where most likely somebody and a lot of people should have this machine, love it, and be taken to YouTube to do some reviews for the machine. Went to YouTube. I couldn't find a thing in regards to the machine on YouTube. Went to the website, looked at these 400 reviews, clicked on it. They're not genuine. They're not Google reviews. They're just hearsay reviews on the website. So now it's got me thinking that everything and every part of this marketing has just been fluffed out to make that company look like that machine is worth the money. For all I know, this machine could be the biggest crock of shit going, but they've just positioned themselves very, very well in the market that to the untrained eye, to the puncher that wants a coffee machine and just has a bit of cash, and they're like, this is a bit middle of the road. It's not 4 grand. It's not 1,500. It's middle of the road. So again, they've strategically priced that machine. It's got some fucking cool features. I researched it. I'm keen on this machine, but I think it's fluffed out to make it seem better than it is. Because when we speak about coffee machines, it's going to be your Breville's, Sunbeams, machines like that are very popular. If you want to know anything about a Breville machine, go to YouTube, type that machine in there, and you'll get about 55,000 reviews that people will put up that are extremely genuine. I couldn't find any for this. Where this all ties back to your electrical business, I guarantee you know an electrician in your area, and for whatever reason, their work is shocking, but they seem to get all the work in the door. They've got more vans on the road than you'd expect, and they are consistently busy, consistently allegedly making profit. And you're wondering why that is, and they're playing the marketing game well. They have mastered the marketing game. They have perhaps just paid a big media company to get their name out there. They're paying for it and they're getting the leads in the door and it's working. And what that coffee machine company did to me wasn't any hoodoo. It wasn't the phone listening to me as people tend to think. What actually happened was Meta, Facebook and Instagram have got a system where you can get a pixel and you can put it on your website. Therefore, if somebody lands on your website, they're going to get that pixel stuck to them. So for example, you can set up a campaign inside your Meta, which is your Instagram and Facebook. You can set it up that for people who've got the pixel stuck to them and they land on such a page, let's just say /coffee machine for that example, when they land on that page, they will then start seeing your ads. And you can set this up for peanuts. You can set this up for like $3 to $5 a day, that if somebody lands on your page, particularly if you've only got moderate traffic going to your website, they will then start seeing your ads. So say, for example, scrap the coffee machine. Let's talk about electrical stuff. if we've got electric vehicle chargers and we are getting some eyeballs on our website, so they go across to your website, they land on your landing page or your specific service page for an EV charger, you can set up specific EV charger ads that are going to target them once they do that. It's very, very simple to do, and it's only going to cost you a couple of dollars a day. But that is what happened to me. And it wasn't any hoodoo. And that's another part of the system of why that coffee machine is probably getting pumped out the door. They're making a lot of money on it. It's just because they're being very systematic with their marketing. The reason I make these videos is to get you as the electrician thinking that, do I have this fixed in my business? Do I have holes in this bucket that are leaking? Do I just have a uniform and that's the only branding I have? I don't necessarily need a website because Joe Blow, who's 95, told me I didn't need one, and he didn't need one back in 62. I don't know if the math works out with that, but you get what I mean. I want to give you as much information, to give you as much content as I can that will get you thinking, get you to know, like, and trust me, and then you will have a look at the links in the bottom underneath, and you will decide if you like me or not, and you want to come on board and work with me if you're a good fit. We are at a very exciting but scary stage of AI. AI freaks the fuck out of me, but at the same time, I love it. It's a love-hate relationship because I worry of, if we do something today, is that going to be valuable in a month's time, in 2 weeks' time, in a week's time? With the pace AI is moving at, what I'm trying to figure out and be strategic about is, if we do and implement this AI software or do this with AI, is it going to be worth it in 6 months' time? Is it something that's going to stabilize your business, bring in more leads, or make it more systematic? We are now getting clients from my electrical business and they are saying that they Gemini'd me. So Google is now getting surpassed by Gemini, which is quite fucking freaky, but who knows? In a month's time, it might be a different avenue people are searching for. But the message behind this is, if you don't have the likes of your website, your branding, your socials, anything, you're driving around in a white, unmarked Hi-Ace van and you're hoping you're going to get work, or else you're crying into your cornflakes going, why the fuck am I not getting work? This is why. Those people are beating you, just like that coffee machine company. They put their presence out there. They're not even the best coffee machine. They just market it correctly and they're getting work in the door. Now, what we want to do, or what I want to do with people inside Simplified Sparky, is get the right guys in who are the best electricians, just like you. And we work on your marketing, get everything that you look like Iron Man. You put on your Iron Man suit. Without the Iron Man suit, you were just Tony Stark and you were going to get fuck all work. When you've got that suit on, you've got your suit of armor, and that is going to be your credibility, your reviews, the look, the image that you've got for your electrical business. Now, I am extremely fortunate to work with some absolute legends inside my mentorship. And the reason they're all legends is they've gone through a lot of my content, just what you're doing now, gone through the podcast, gone through these videos. And they found parts that they're like, fuck, I need Alan to help my business. And I want to speak about one of them in particular. And what he did was, he's reached out to me, he's told me a situation. He'd been relying on Airtasker jobs and high pages, shit like that. Horrible work that it's a gap filler, it's good to start with. But when he came on board, he followed my roadmap. What that then taught him was, he needed his credibility, he needed to build up his reviews. Now, luckily, unfortunately from him, he had clients he already worked with. Now, they're in his database, they're on his text messages, they're in the emails and all of that. What he did was he set aside some time, did up a spreadsheet, reached out to them using a very strategic way. Now, he has come to me with the blurb of what he was going to reach out with. I looked at it, critiqued it, made it even more appealing for him to get more reviews. Now, that was in the space of 3 weeks. He received, I believe, 70 reviews in 3 weeks. He pushed out a follow-up message and he's tipped over 100 reviews, which is insane. And now you compare that to the likes of your business. If you don't have a review, or you've got like 5 reviews, or you haven't the right system to gather these reviews in place, that guy is a competitor of yours. And now he's got 100 reviews versus your 2 reviews. Not only that, fast forward another little bit. He said, okay, I got my reviews. I'm on to this level. Now I need to do my website. Now, unfortunately for him and all the members that come on board with me, I've got an awesome developer who's he's too cheap, to be fair. And he will build websites, and the members have gone through and they've got their templates, they change stuff, they tweak stuff, but I give them a framework. Now, he's following that, and I dare say he will have his website built in less than a month. Now, this brings me ultimate fucking joy. And I'm going to end this video. I'm looking for 4 people to tip into a specific number that I'm looking at towards the end of the financial year. If this sounds like something for you, or your business needs a little bit of fixing in your electrician, there's links in the description. And other than that, I'll see you in the next video.